Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Vesta Partners QMC product presentation. My name is Martin Stenzig, and I'm responsible for software development and technical services at Vesta. What I want to do today is I want to show you Vesta QMC. The first thing we want to do is have a quick look and an overview of what QMC is all about. Then we will dive right into a live presentation of the product. At the end, I will summarize some of the things that I've said and give you contact information to get further information or contact one of our sales representatives. What is QMC? QMC stands for Quality Management Calibration. It's an SAP certified add-on product that can be very easily installed. It supplements the SAP QM and PM standard functionality and is a robust and user-friendly product to plan, capture and report calibration data across your enterprise. It is specifically designed to support the requirements of FDA-compliant industries. Let's go right into the live presentation. On the screen you see a metal to liter scale of type 1502 that is very common across industries. What you see here is document management system information. On the top part, a picture. In the bottom part, an operations manual. A prerequisite for the proper use of QMC is simply the addition of a Vesta Calibration class, as you can see here in the classification overview. This class Vesta Calibration contains three characteristics. Use datasheet is the most important one and indicates that you want to use this equipment in connection with the Vesta QMC datasheet functionality. The other two values, calibration due date and last calibration date, give you additional information about when this equipment was calibrated and when it is due to be calibrated again. When you add a new equipment to your inventory, you only need to do two things to make use of the powerful datasheet functionality that I will show you in a minute. One is the indication you see here in the equipment master. The other is the assignment of the equipment number to the datasheet itself. Having said that, let's open up the datasheet functionality. I've already prepared a datasheet for the metal to liter scale calibration. What you see here in the top left is the possibility of assigning multiple equipments to a datasheet. You do not have to assign master inspection characteristics to the equipment record directly anymore, but you can rather assign the equipment to the datasheet, which then can act as a characteristics carrier for a number of equipments. The datasheet can have multiple functions. A function can be, as seen here, a weight calibration, but could also be weight and pressure or voltage. To look into the detailed definition of a function, you can simply switch to the functions view. In this screen you see inspection parameters starting from the instrument range, the calibration range, and the different limits that are available. In comparison to standard SAP, we're making calculation types available that range from the simple plus and minus that you're used to, over percentage of range, percentage of standards readings, unilateral plus and minuses of the original value or the standards. At the bottom of the screen you can see the inspection sequence. In here we are doing 4 inspections with 4 different weights. As mentioned earlier, the datasheet functionality is a Vesta development and made available with Vesta QMC. Let's now go through a regular calibration cycle to show you some of the other functionalities QMC has to offer. We are scheduling an inspection plan. I've prepared and chosen MST QMC Demo, my metal scale calibration. As you see here, I've already started it a couple of times, and in order to force the creation of a new work order, I will simply restart this maintenance plan one more time. On saving the maintenance plan, a work order with assigned inspection lot is created. In addition to the standard SAP functionality, Vesta QMC is also checking and possibly updating the equipment inspection, and due dates that you saw earlier as characteristics on the equipment itself. Let's switch to SAP transaction QE51N, the results recording. What I want to do here is I want to enter my equipment that I want to calibrate. In my case, it's my Metal Toledo scale. First thing we'll do here is document that the first readings I have here are as found readings. For our purpose, let's assume we have the following situation. The value weight display for the 20 gram weight I use is out of tolerance. In my case, at 17 grams. The value weight displays for the 60 and 100 gram are a little off, but within the tolerance limit we specified. And the display values for the last entry, 140 grams, is too high, and it is at 144. In order to document it, we will simply hit the Save button and the valuation screen comes up. To document the hours I spent to perform this inspection, I generate a regular confirmation. To evaluate the information that I've seen here, I make a usage decision for the partial lot. In my case, we're having an adjustment required. We at Vesta have our inspection procedure set up to require digital signatures. What I have to do here is document the process entries and valuation I've just done. After I have adjusted my scale, I will do another reading that documents the as left condition. Another functionality that Vesta QMC adds to the standard QM functionality is the documentation of lab standards. You can find it behind the additional button here in the top right of the screen. This screen allows for the entry of the calibration lab temperature, the humidity, and the used standards. In my case, I have 70-degree temperature, 50% humidity, and I used 4 different standards: 20 grams, 60 grams, 100 grams, and 140 grams. As you see here, they were calibrated recently. As you can see in the screen, the due date of those standards is about a year out. Let's save this information and come back to the results recording. Let me enter my as left readings. It is 19 grams for the 20 gram weight, 60 for the 60 gram weight. We are spot on for the 100 gram weight, and the 140 gram weight display is still a little bit off and a little bit too high, but absolutely within the limits. Let's save this information as well. I've spent another hour to perform the calibration and the renewed inspection, and my valuation that you see here has a limited calibration performed, but it's still accepted. We're documenting all the information with my digital signature again, and the information is saved in the system. The last thing I need to do to conclude my inspection is to make a usage decision. I simply click on the right on the inspection lot and select Usage Decision from the menu. As you know, this screen summarizes all the information for the inspection lot and allows me to make a usage decision. In our case, we're selecting LIM as we've performed a limited calibration. To save my decision, another signature is required. This completes my inspection and confirms my work order in the background. Another item that I usually have on my list as a calibration technician is to issue a calibration certificate. We made this functionality available under SAP Transaction Is Report, which allows you to enter either an inspection lot or an order, as you can see on the screen. The report itself is predefined but adjustable. You get the best of both worlds, with providing you a report that has already a lot of fields in itself, but can be adjusted to completely meet your needs. Some other functionality Vesta QMC provides to us is a traceability report to determine which standards were used for what calibration. You can find it calling standard transaction zcal trace. All I wanted to enter here is my standard that I used, in my case, for example, the weight with 20 grams. Execute it, and I will find all the inspections and inspections lot that this standard was used for. Another functionality that Vesta QMC provides is a report to see what equipments are assigned to what data sheet. This report as well is available through a standard Vesta transaction. All I need to enter is the Vesta datasheet number. I can also use the equipment number or other selection criteria and parameters as a selection criteria for this report. In here we see that my datasheet 158 has currently only one equipment assigned, which is the Mettler Toledo scale that we've defined as equipment MT1502-2. The last functionality I want to point out is the datasheet upload functionality. It can be reached by simply entering the standard transaction Vesta DS for datasheet upload. This datasheet upload functionality allows me to upload datasheets as well as equipment information in math without having to enter all the information manually. It's very useful for initial setup of the system or for mass modifications of the data elements. That concludes our demonstration of Vesta QMC. What you see here on the screen is a summary of all the things that you have learned over the past 15 minutes. Vesta QMC enhances the existing and adds a number of missing functionalities to your SAP installation. It improves the acceptance of your SAP system within the calibration community and thus leverages your existing SAP investment. It is readily available, SAP certified, and already successfully used by a number of companies around the globe. Please contact us if you have interest in Vesta QMC, have questions, or would like to get a one-on-one presentation of the product. We hope you had a good time and are looking forward to talking to you soon.